What if one day every human on Earth suddenly vanished? What would become of the cities we left behind?
1 week after, the uneasy silence of a ghost city.
7 days after humanity disappears, the city still feels eerily alive with our traces. Streetlights glow through the night on their automated timers, and traffic signals blink to no one on empty streets. But beneath this mechanical order, the rules of life are already being rewritten. The first to suffer are our closest companions, our pets. Locked inside apartments, countless dogs and cats wait beside empty bowls, crying for owners who will never return. A few clever ones break free, but most remain trapped. Each night, the howls and cries grow louder as escaped pets and stray dogs begin to band together into instinctive packs.
1 month after, new rules in an abandoned kingdom.
Most pets trapped indoors have starved, but those that survive now roam in packs. Large dogs patrol the streets, searching for anything to eat. Stray cats multiply, living off scraps and forgotten pet food. In the sewers, rats boom in number, emboldened by the lack of predators, spilling out into the streets even in broad daylight. And as the last traces of noise and light fade, wild animals begin to reclaim the city. Boars and deer cautiously pass through the silent streets.
6 months after, nature strikes back and survival turns brutal.
Half a year has passed and the city is healing itself. Weeds push through the cracks in the asphalt, growing knee-high as untended parks and gardens become wild thickets. This green invasion offers shelter and food for many creatures, but also signals the start of a brutal survival game. Stray cats thrive on the booming rat population, but many are killed in violent turf wars with roaming dog packs. These dogs, now nearly wolf-like, hunt not just rats and cats, but boar piglets, deer, and even rival packs of their own kind. Deer and boar dominate parks and riverbanks during the day, but at night, predators emerge to hunt them. High above, rooftops and crumbling towers host crows, hawks, and owls, raising their young as the city's sharp-eyed aerial scouts.
1 year after, the city goes wild.
The first winter has passed. Animals that couldn't survive the freezing, unheated buildings are gone, while the survivors have fully adapted to this new urban wilderness. The city is no longer a place for humans, but a forest with a strange, man-made skeleton. At night, it becomes a battlefield, as dog packs, coyotes, and wolves from the outskirts fight over territory. The fallen from these clashes are quickly consumed by crows and scavengers. Along the rivers and swelling wetlands, beavers and otters thrive. Flooded roads and drowned subway tunnels have become permanent homes for fish and amphibians, deep within the city's heart.
10 years after, a collapsing civilization, a reborn ecosystem.
Glass, from towering skyscrapers, weakened by decades of storms and temperature swings, crashes to the streets below, littering the ground with deadly shards. Over time, animals instinctively learn to avoid these danger zones. By now, none of them remember us. Born into a world of concrete and rusted steel, this place is simply their home. Wolves from the north claim the surrounding forests and hunt deer. Black and brown bears, their numbers thriving without humans, dominate the rivers and lakes. Mountain lions descend along the Rockies, prowling abandoned suburbs and overgrown parks for deer and rabbits, slipping silently into the city's core under cover of night.
50 years after, the city becomes a new forest.
Half a century has passed. Most cities are now endless forests. Subway tunnels and low-lying roads, long flooded by rain and groundwater, have turned into sprawling lakes and wetlands. Fish, frogs, insects, crayfish, and freshwater snails thrive in these waters. But not every underground corridor is lost. In dry or shallow stretches, another kingdom has formed. An underworld ruled by raccoons and skunks. Safe from larger predators, they live as opportunists, feeding on insects, rats, and small frogs, and whatever organic remnants they can find.
100 years after, Earth's new rulers.
The surface now belongs entirely to instinct-driven creatures. Herds of deer, boar, moose, and elk roam freely, reshaping the forests. Hybrid wolf-dog packs hunt them along overgrown roads and parks. Mountain lions and coyotes stalk rabbits and rodents through the ruins, feeding on carcasses left by larger hunters. Black and brown bears dominate the rivers and lakes, gorging on berries, insects, fish, and the young of grazing animals. In smaller wetlands, far from the bears, otters carve out their own thriving enclaves, feasting on fish, frogs, and crustaceans. And in a surprising twist, agile herds of mountain goats scale the sheer walls of ruined skyscrapers as if they were vertical cliffs, escaping the predators below and thriving in ways no one ever imagined. A century hasn't erased humanity's cities. It has simply folded them back into nature. From the flooded tunnels below to the heights of broken towers, life has turned these places into thriving wild ecosystems, each ruled by the cold, unyielding laws of nature.